My name's Simon Webber. I'm the Project Manager for ACTEW's Murrumbidgee to Googong Water Transfer.
The concept of Murrumbidgee to Googong is to build a pump in the Murrumbidgee at Angle Crossing, which is the southernmost point of the ACT, and to run a pipeline from that point across to Burra Creek, which feeds into Googong Dam. And the water would run into Googong Dam, which is an existing storage in our network.
So we'll pull 100 megalitres of water and we'll pump it through an underground pipeline through to Burra Creek. Down here we're going to be building a low lift pump station, which will be located down here in the banks of the Murrumbidgee.
What it's based on is that we've actually got access to the Murrumbidgee within our cap, our water extraction cap imposed by the Murray-Darling Basin Commission. We have capacity in that. And that means that we can actually take some water from the river, when there is ample water within the river, and put it into a storage for the future. So if we need it in the future, it's actually in the storage.
ACTEW is very keen to work closely with landholders and the broader community around the Burra and Williamsdale district. We see that this is a key component to the success of the project, not just for the construction, but to ensure the long-term operation within that community is successful.
So the pipeline will run underground up this hill to the high lift pump station. So the high lift pump station will be built up here. It will pull the water from the intake structure up to this point and then continue the water on to the rest of the pipeline.
So it's quite simple. It's just moving water from one place to another so we can actually store it. Having said that, it's been quite complicated because we are crossing 4 different jurisdictions with that pipeline. It starts in the ACT, it goes into New South Wales, it crosses the Monaro Highway, which is the responsibility of the National Capital Authority, and it runs into the Googong Foreshores, which is the responsibility of the Commonwealth through the Department of the Environment, Water, Heritage and the Arts. So that's 4 separate jurisdictions we need to get approval from. So it's been a complicating and challenging process.
All of these approvals together give confidence that the rigorous environmental assessments and analysis of the impacts of the project have been done properly, and we're very confident that the whole project will have a very low impact to the environment and that any of those impacts that we do have will be successfully mitigated.
The Murrumbidgee River is essentially on the other side. As we've just come from the high lift pump station. The pipeline will come through this piece of land and up here to the direction, it's the Monaro Highway, sort of over those hills. This is parallel with Angle Crossing Road. So after the pipeline crosses underneath Angle Crossing Road, it'll come down this side, head right down through these fields here until it gets to the Monaro Highway, where it will go underneath the Monaro Highway. There's obviously a really well-used road, the Monaro Highway, and also is the main way to get to the snow. So it's really important that we minimise the delays in the construction process down here at the Monaro Highway and obviously avoid the snow season.
We've had a number of people involved throughout the project to talk one-on-one with the range of people involved, from the landowners to community members to anyone who wants to discuss with us any aspect of the project.
It's here that we start to come into private property, and for which the easements have been negotiated with a number of our landholders to ensure that we've got a construction easement of 40 metres and a permanent easement of 15 metres over the length of this land. Up here we'll come across a disused railway line. In more recent years the railway line was used by the Historical Railway Society, but it's currently not functional. So we will be going underneath the railway line, but we'll be restoring it because it has heritage value. So the pipeline traverses through some really sensitive ecological communities. So ACTEW has been really committed through the whole environmental planning approvals process to make sure that we understand what those impacts will be and make sure that they're offset.
During the project, we'd expect the peak workforce to be around about 200 people from around Canberra, but also from Australia. We've also, of course, got a large procurement schedule which involves pumps and pipes from different parts of Australia and different parts of the world. So it's quite a large endeavour. The project budget is around about $150 million, so this is a significant boost to the ACT's economy.
So after the pipeline goes through those private properties, it joins up with Williamsdale Road, which is just behind me. It's travelled quite a way down Williamsdale Road into Burra. So we're actually standing in Burra now, and this is the location of the outlet point, the discharge structure, which will incorporate a mini hydro power generation facility, which will be built here into this bank. A power cable will be run from here all the way back up to the high lift power station, which will offset about 25 to 30% of the energy used at the high lift pump station. So the outlet structure will be built right here into the banks of Burra Creek, where it will discharge into the creek. So once the water comes out of the discharge structure, it will flow through Burra Creek underneath the low-level crossing that's at the end of Williamsdale Road and joins up with Burra Road. The water will flow underneath this low-level crossing easily and head down about 13 kilometres till it reaches the Googong Reservoir.
All of the discussions we've had with the community have been on a positive basis, and we thank Williamsdale and Burra for that, and we are looking forward to constructing the pipeline with them in a positive, cooperative manner. For me personally, I'd like to see this project to be delivered safely, with very little impact to the environment, and if there is any impact, that it be successfully mitigated. A high quality project that will end up with a pipeline that provides benefit to the region for 100 years or more. And of course, I would like to see it delivered under budget.